Welcome back to Hand Sewing with the HTA. In this episode we're going to teach you how to do the blanket stitch. So this stitch is typically found on the hem of the jacket, and it's called a blanket stitch because it's the same stitch used on the edge of blankets as a decorative stitch. So I'm going to take just a regular machine cotton here. I'm going to use the orange colour, so it'll be contrasting to the grey background, and I'm using my size 6 sharp for this. So I'm going to put a knot at the end of my thread, and I'm going to start here. And whenever we're sewing onto canvas like this, we can afford to pick up the canvas and put the stitch through about 3/8 into the cloth. We want to space our stitches out about at least an inch apart, and maybe up to 1.25 inches. Now this is the cloth, the turn back cloth here, and to the canvas only. We're not picking up the outside cloth, the cloth on the bottom. So the reason why we use this stitch is because, particularly over the cloth area, is because there's a lot of length or slack in the stitch. It's not a tight stitch. If you pull the stitch tight, you get that, which is not what we want. We want the stitch to lay like so. We'll do the last stitch here on the canvas, and then we're going to switch to sewing on the cloth. So when we switch on the canvas there, we could afford to pick up a sizable amount of canvas. When we stitch on the cloth here, it's a different story. What you got to do is you got to stick the needle in and just pick up a fibre, just enough just enough you can see it there on the end of the needle. You can see the fibre we're picking up. So again, here we're just going to use the needle, and you're going to just flick it like that. You pick up a fibre, and then under the edge, and then instead of grabbing the same 3/8 of the cloth. Let's do a few more of those stitches across. Again, like we want this is turned up the hem of the coat, but we don't want, when we look at the hem of the coat, is to see like a bump stitching all the way across where the stitches come through. So that's why you have to do soft hands, quite delicate. Just catch it there like so. So in this case, obviously it's a very purposeful stitch. It's not a show stitch or anything like that. Now we want to run the thread here, so now you want to stop it, then you just, right at that corner there, just pick up the top layer of cloth only. And sew it off. So then we want to throw it around and look at the other side. And this is the side that we've just stitched. Take our edge and turn it down there, you can see where the stitches are. We can't see them on this side here. Can't even really feel them there on that side. So again, it's just picked up a fibre. Hasn't, the stitches haven't come through, but that's strong enough. Like if we give that a pull, the stitches aren't going to come undone. So again, it might be just a fibre. Those fibres are little anchors because they run the full length of the cloth. So when you pick up one, you really have to give it. If you give that a good pull, you can see the fibres starting to come out in the cloth. So again, they're little anchors, and they'll hold the thread in place, and in turn hold up the hem. So there you go, there's the blanket stitch. That's all we have time for in this lesson. Thank you for watching.